If you're an estate agent and you're struggling to stand out with your direct mail strategy, then this video will show you how to write letters that actually get replies and get bookings into your diary. This is the exact same strategy I teach my clients, and it's exactly what we need to go through today. So you might have noticed over the last couple of years or so, your reply rate from your direct mail is getting worse and worse and worse. That isn't necessarily just because your letters are getting worse, so they could be potentially, more than likely due to the amount of content that is going out there these days. You see, historically, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you actually had to keep a spreadsheet or a piece of paper and you'd write down all the addresses of people who are on the market in your local area. You'd then go through this spreadsheet and send these people letters. Now, heaven forbid you ever went on a holiday, you basically just threw that spreadsheet all over again in the bin. Whereas these days, it's so much easier. You've got lots of providers out there, Thrift, Spectre, Home Search, the list goes on, and these people can provide letters for you, not in the templates, but also can give you the data for it as well. So all it takes is for a few clicks, 1 day a week, and you can send your letters out and then job done, which is amazing. It's an absolutely fantastic tool to have in anyone's estate agency business. Now, the sad news is, though, that it is in pretty much everyone else's estate agency business because it's so easy to do. And this means that letter reply rates are getting worse and worse as this gets more and more diluted over time. I'm sure you might have seen this in any properties you're selling at the moment. When properties first come on the market, they get a huge influx of letters. Then at various other landmarks in selling their property, they get letters as well. So things like 14 weeks, 16 weeks, 10 weeks. If you get a price reduction, letters, letters, letters turn up, and you can hardly push the door open with all the letters behind the door. So what this basically has led to is people getting a huge influx of letters that all pretty much sound the same as well. Some of them are even in the same envelope with the same franking, with pretty much exactly the same message inside, just with a different logo in the corner. This isn't going to get a reply rate for your estate agency. And your job is not to send letters, your job is to get market appraisals. So what we're looking for is a better conversion here. Not necessarily sending more letters, but getting more back from letters we do send out. So let's work through and see the first thing we should be changing with our letters. Now, if anyone sends me a letter and it says, "Dear homeowner," I roll my eyes, rip it in half, and throw it in the bin. There's no other time in my life where someone walks up to me and says, "Oh, hi, dear homeowner." I'm like, that is not my name. Anyone who knows me would go, "Hey, Chris," or "Hey, neighbor," or "Hey, friend." You're setting your stall out there really early in completely the wrong way. Now, imagine if you had to send a note to one of your next door neighbors to say, "Oh, you've left your headlights on your car, by the way." Would you start that letter, "Dear homeowner"? Probably not. You'd be like, "Hi, neighbor. Hope you're okay. Just let you know you've left your headlights on. Lol, battery might go flat soon." Now, you should be writing that letter as if you're writing to one of your neighbors, because if you're operating in a core area that you've selected, you pretty much should be. So if you have to write a letter to one of your neighbors, for example, say you've actually left your car headlights on, would you start that letter by saying, "Dear homeowner," or "Dear car owner, you've left your lights on"? No, or they'd read it and go, "What an absolute muppet who's written me this letter saying, 'Dear car owner.'" Like, who would write like that? Whereas if you wrote a note saying, "Hi, neighbor, hope you're well. Just let you know you've left your headlights on." He'd be like, "Oh, what a nice guy. Thank you so much." So the first thing we should be doing is changing the language in our letters. No more "Dear homeowner, hope this finds you well. Here's my correspondent." People don't talk like that. People do not talk to people they know, like, and trust like that. So talk to them as if they are your local neighbor. And as a bit of a Brucey bonus here, what we should also be looking to do is put a couple of nuggets within that letter that show that we live in the local area. So for example, if someone wrote a letter to me and it said, "Hi Chris, I want it to be really easy for you to get an appointment in my diary, not like parking in Tower Street car park," I would be like, "Oh, I get that joke." Whereas if you're watching this and go, "What the hell's Tower Street car park?" It's because you don't live in Winchester and you don't know that Tower Street car park is impossible to get a car parking space in. So therefore, you wouldn't get that joke. That is a local nuance to the local area. So you should be sprinkling these nuances within your letter. So that person reads it and thinks they must live in the local area because they know about the bad parking or how bad the traffic is or the roadworks are out at the moment. They know these things because they must live in my local area as well. Therefore, I'm far more likely to reply back to them because they live locally. They're not just some call center in Slough. So we know by now we should be using natural language with people to communicate with them. Though obviously don't take this too far. Don't be like, "All right, geez, how's it going? Do you want to sell your house? Yes or no? Tick this box." Well, that's probably a bit too casual. We want to have a level of professionalism, but make it crystal clear that you live in the local area and you're one of their neighbors. So we've covered how we are coming across in the letter with the tone of voice we are using. Next thing, let's focus on what we're actually saying in the letter. Now, if I was going to paraphrase most estate agency letters in a couple of sentences, it would say something a bit like this. Dear homeowner, you're currently on the market. It clearly isn't going very well. We've got professional photographs. We've got floor plans. Why don't you come sell with us instead? Now, the thing you've got to look at here is most people only care about themselves. They care about how you can help them in their life and improve their journey in this world. Now, if I look at that and go, oh, they've got professional photographs, who cares? Oh, I've got a floor plan. Okay, who cares? Oh, they do 24/7 phone answering. Who cares? What is in it for me that means I should swap from my current estate agent over to you, which BTW is a bit of a pain in the backside thing to do. I've got to do contracts, I've got to do IDs all over again. You're going to have to come around and do pictures and get mud on my carpet. All these things I don't want to happen. So what is in it for me is going to make me pick up the phone and change from agent one over to yourself. We can list those same things again, but we just need to change the language to make it important to that homeowner what is in it for them. So we pick a really easy example here. Instead of saying we do professional photographs, which who cares, basically, if we say on average, because we do professional photographs, we achieve 2% more than other agents in town. And what that 2% converts into for the average property in Winchester is around £8,000, which we're really pleased to be getting for our clients. Suddenly, I'm thinking to myself, £8,000. I can spend that. That'd be good. Thank you very much. So instead of just endlessly listing features you have in your estate agency, instead change into a benefit and how it is going to improve the seller's life that you are writing to. The next one up is to offer value. This is where you help people for free and give them a little bit of a taste of what it's like working with you on the off chance they're like, oh, I really like that free stuff. Therefore, I'm actually going to work with you properly in the future. Think about it like trying samples in a supermarket. You get a little bit of a sausage sample, you try it and think, oh, not bad. I might buy the whole packet. That's exactly what we're doing with this. We're just giving people a little bit of a freemium. Here's the free bit. Here's the premium behind the scenes. So what value can you add to people? Whether you think, number one, the biggest thing that people want to know is what's happening in the local marketplace. You've literally got the keys to that car. You can tell people at any time what properties are selling, not selling, are bungalows good, are flats good, what's the rental market like. You've got that on dial. So therefore, you've got that really valuable information to start off with, just in your pocket. So flex that out as much as you possibly can do. So if someone wrote a letter to me, say, hey, Mr. Webb, hope you're okay. We've done a specific market update for 3-bedroom semi-detached properties in your postcode. Thought you might want to watch it. I'll be like, I'll watch that video. Now, the trick here, the more specific it is, the better. Hey, Mr. Webb, we produced a generic market update for the whole of Winchester. Do you want to watch this video? Probably not. But we say, hey, Mr. Webb, we've done a specific market update video for a property just like yours. It's for 4-bedroom detached properties in this street, or this street. Do you want to watch it? I'll be thinking, yeah, actually I do. So it's a really easy way of offering value for the local area. Now, don't think too much into this. You've got to think you're bringing a video for bungalows, a video for flats, a video for family houses, and a video for first-time buyers. So like 4 videos in total, 4 different QR codes on 4 different types of letters. I mean, it's not impossible to do in the grand scheme of things. So once you've got those recorded, get them out at the local area. If you're super smart about it and you really want to go to town about it, put different QR codes on every different letter you send. This means you can track who is watching that video and who isn't watching that video. And the good news is, if they're watching that video multiple times, one of 2 things is going to happen. Either they want to instruct you to sell their property in the future, or they want to date you, which if you're single, might be a win. So either way, it's a good thing for your business. If you know you've sent the letter across and you know that no one out of all the letters you sent out has actually watched them, your letter's probably wrong. And when I say wrong, I mean probably rubbish. So therefore, we can improve that in the future. If you're getting lots of people scan the QR code and lots of people watch the video, but then nothing's happening off the back of it, you've got a poor call to action. So basically what we're doing is looking at that process and going, right, I'm sending out these letters. How many people are going to scan a QR code? From those QR code scans and watch the video, how many people are then going to click the link below it to book a time for me to come and see them? And we're just fishing our way through to find holes in your process. But the first part of that is offering that value out to people. You want to give them something for free first of all. So let's do another one, Lee, shall we? Because I know you're getting the gist of this already. Let's say I sent you a letter. I said, hey, hope you're okay. I know you're on the market. I know you're probably keen to get to your next property. I have recorded for you a quick 3-minute video just recapping your property marketing at the moment and a few changes I think you can make to it that will help you get your property sold even quicker. Hope it helps. Speak to you soon. And then you've literally gone onto Zoom, press screen share, press record, gone on their instruction on there and recorded a 2-minute video. saying, hey, it's Chris, hope you're okay. Here's your listing. I'm just looking at the moment on Rightmove. Oh, by the way, you've not got enough pictures on there. Your floor plan's off and you've spelt house wrong on there. Might want to make these changes to help you sell. I'll be thinking, what a decent person. Who do I think I'm going to phone next when my property can't sell, even after those changes are made? I wonder. So you're offering value. Now, you might listen to that and think to yourself, oh my God, Chris, I can't be bothered to record that many 3-minute videos. Well, the good news is that you are not a postman. Your job is to get market appraisals booked into your diary. So therefore, we won't have to do the same number that you're currently sending out. So are you going to record 100 3-minute videos every single week? Probably not. But if you recorded 20, which will probably take you an hour or so to record, and you send those out, your return rate is going to be so good, you won't actually have to do many more than that to get a drastically better return rate than you're getting at the moment. And the final thing is having an absolute crystal clear call to action with your letters. Now, for example, I could book a holiday to anywhere in the world without talking to anybody. I could book a taxi anywhere in the UK without talking to anybody. I could even swipe left or right and get a new future Mrs. Webb without talking to anybody. So it's fair to say, I want this to be as easy as it possibly can do for people to take the next step with you. This is where things like QR codes and smart links are going to be your absolute best friend. I do not want to have to get my phone out of my pocket and type in your phone number and then talk to you between the hours of 9 and 5 because I've got my own stuff going on. I'm quite busy. Whereas if you said, scan this QR code to book a time for us to come and see your property, I'd be like, I can do that. Or scan this QR code to see your free market update report. I'm like, oh, I can scan a QR code. Whatever it is, we're making it super easy to do next. People have really short attention spans these days. They're not going to sit there and spend an hour filling out a form or phoning you and sitting on hold. We want instant gratification. So therefore, with every single letter we send out, we should be looking at it and going, what's the easiest, lowest bar of entry we've got for this letter to get reply rate? Is it them watching our video? Okay, what's the easiest way for them to watch this video? Is it for them to pass across their personal information? Okay, what's the easiest way for them to pass across their personal information for ourselves? Scan this QR code, it will go to our WhatsApp. Great, okay, that's nice and easy. But whatever it is, you've got to look at it and go, if I would send this letter to a really, really lazy person, does it pass the test? And are they actually going to fill this out? If it hasn't got a super easy and clear, low-level call to action on each of the letters, it will sit on someone's desk for the next 2 weeks till eventually they'll just look at it and go, bugger it, I'll just throw it in the bin. And we do not want that for your letters. So set that bar as low as you possibly can do and make it as easy for them to take the next steps. Okay, so that is a wrap on today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video all about how to improve your direct mail return rates. Remember, you are not a postman. You do not get paid the more letters you send. You get paid for more market appraisals coming in your diary and then going on the market and going on to sell. So focus on the conversion rate, not on the quantity going out. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want some more details, actually some letter templates as well on how you can grow your estate agency business, just DM me the word book over on Instagram and you'll get a free copy of my best-selling book, Your First £100,000 Estate Agency. I'll see you on the next video.